Hello, and welcome to step 5 of the I Eat What I Need process, which was originally called, I think, being with your body, and I'm going to change it actually to being in your body. And I think being with and being in is a different story, actually, I think. So I'm just going to turn my phone off so it doesn't ring. Being in my body. Why is this important for us as eaters? It's important, I think, because we eat with our bodies and we digest with our bodies. And natural eaters, the reason why natural eaters have such a lovely, easy time of it is because they have a natural feedback loop between brain and belly that works effortlessly. So if you ever met someone who just eats completely normally, without effort, without control, without restriction, without dieting, they're doing that because they've managed to keep hold of this natural feedback loop that we developed as babies and as children, and they never disconnected, they never lost it. Their bellies are telling them quite naturally, okay, I'm full, I'm done. Or they're telling them, hey, time to eat now, I'm empty, I'd like some food. And they're eating in accordance to that without any struggle or any issue. So how do we get back to that state? We don't get back to it through dieting or through following a program or any sort of externally prescribed plan, because that is not being in your body. Being in your body is as simple as now, in this moment now, just be here, just breathe, and go inside. It can help to close the eyes, so maybe closing the eyes, and go inside and notice what you feel. Notice that you've got limbs, you've got arms and legs, feet and hands. Notice that you've got a head with a brain inside it. You've got a chest and a heart. You've got lungs that breathe. You've got a spine, beautiful spine. And you've got a soft space in the middle. A soft space, seat of your internal organs, your stomach, your liver, your small intestine, large intestine, pancreas, spleen, all sorts of stuff going on in the middle space. And we need to get inside that middle space and spend more time there. And we do that by becoming quiet. We cannot get inside our bodies if we are being pulled outside of our body through distractions. So that might be TV or phone or tablets or other people or whatever, stimulation all around. We need to cultivate a certain quietness and a certain stillness to get inside, which is why we're not able very often to get inside. And we also do this if we have any kind of supportive body work that we can do. Mindful, gentle, delicate yoga can really help to get inside your body. Things like very mindful martial arts like Tai Chi, Qigong, which is more of like an energy work than a martial art, but energy work can be really, really good. Anything that will invite you to feel your body from the inside out, to get in touch with the felt sense of your body. And the felt sense of your body is having an awareness without words, without dialogue, an awareness that lets you know that, oh, okay, my legs are on the floor right now. How do I know that my legs are on the floor right now? Because I can feel that they're on the floor. I can feel the pressure of the floor pushing up against my legs, and I can feel the weight of my legs resting down onto the floor. I know that. So even if I can see my legs on the floor, but even if I close my eyes, I could tell you which leg actually feels more in contact with the floor than the other. For example, I feel like my weight is on my left leg more than on my right leg. That's probably because I'm sitting on a slightly uneven surface. So I've just moved that now, and now I feel more equal. Or do I feel more equal? Actually, I just assumed that I would feel more equal because I moved that out of the way. Actually, do I feel more equal? I don't know. Let's feel. Actually, now I feel heavier on the right. It doesn't feel completely equal. So I feel like I want to shift over to the left a bit more. And we can play. We can play with this. We can get interested in this. This is something that was a big change for me, because before, spending time with my body, spending time in my body meant doing exercise, because exercise is good for you and exercise is helpful for weight loss. Exercise is a good thing to do because you're going to sweat, you're going to burn calories, you're going to lose weight, all of the rest of it. So any kind of body time or physical time that I had always had kind of the vague intention of controlling my weight or burning calories or whatever else. And I think that's quite a common thing, that people are doing exercise to control weight, to burn calories, whatever else. And the thing was that did it work, didn't it work? I don't know. Maybe it did. I mean, I did feel good. I felt good when I did exercise. I felt good when I did quite intense yoga practices. I was doing hot yoga. I was running and things quite regularly. I did feel good. My body did feel good when I did these practices. But I don't feel like it ever really helped me with my eating. It did not help me to become a more natural eater, and it did not help me to cope. It didn't transform my eating habits in any way. Actually, it may have been a healthy or useful thing to do in terms of it felt good, and I felt like I was kind of virtuous and good and everything, but it didn't actually have any sort of deep effect on my eating behavior. And I always I didn't really see the value in quieter, gentler movement practices, because I didn't see people getting a sweat on. I didn't see many calories being burnt. So if I went along to a yoga class, for example, and found that it was quite mindful and slow, honestly, I wouldn't actually go again, because I'd be like, yeah, this is not for me. I want to get a sweat on, I want to feel my burn, I want to feel my muscles working, I want to get, So I didn't really see the value in things like Tai Chi or mindful movement or gentle yoga or restorative yoga, things like that, because I didn't see how they were going to help me to control my weight or burn calories. Things changed actually when I came to Brighton, and I started working with my body in a much more subtle level. I had some craniosacral therapy. I met a different teacher who's a Scaravelli-inspired teacher, and I started to see that there was a lot going on under the surface of my skin. There was a huge amount going on, and that I was able to internally make shifts and make changes and get in contact with parts of me that had laid dormant for a really long time. It's really quite exciting and interesting to feel things that maybe you might never have felt before, or don't ever remember feeling before. To feel a space inside you that before was kind of just a bit dead or a bit numb. It's really quite motivating, quite exciting. And for me as an eater, I was noticing that I was developing this growing sensitivity to my body. So whereas before I might have been able to overeat quite a substantial amount, maybe, or I don't know who's counting, but maybe for me a substantial amount. And yeah, maybe I'd feel it in my belly, but who cares, whatever, I'd got my hit. This growing sense of connection with my body was really putting a stop to my overeating, because it was just getting too painful. And I was quite surprised, because I'd feel like, hey, just a few months ago I could have eaten this much food and it wouldn't have even touched the sides, and now this is really hurting me. It's just the same food, same quantity. A few months back would have been, oh well, whatever, had a bit of an overeating spree, never mind. Now I'm really intensely feeling the effect of that food on my belly, and I cannot continue with this. I cannot tolerate, I cannot stomach, literally I cannot stomach this food. And it became this deepening connection with the felt sense of my internal body, became a huge protection against overeating or binging, or I guess any eating practice that wasn't actually in my body's best interest, because my body was telling me loud and clear, this is not feeling good for me. This is really not feeling good for me. And what I started to notice is that I became able to undo the harm that I had created in my body. So let's say, for example, you have a headache, you've got a tension headache, feel it around the back of the head. What I'd find is that I would be able to cure that headache just through lying on the ground, resting my bones into the contact with the ground, breathing, resting the head. After about 20 minutes, half an hour or so of resting, breathing, maybe mindfully trying out some movement, seeing what shifted, the headache would just disappear of its own accord. And I felt, wow, I felt really empowered. And the same thing with the belly. I've got this painful stomach ache, I've overeaten, this is hurting me, what am I going to do? Lying on the ground, breathing, making some space for the belly, perhaps breathing up into this area of the body, so breathing up into the chest so that the diaphragm can sort of move up, plenty of space for the lower belly to move down, and just starting to feel that I could create peace and comfort in my belly, because I know what peace and comfort feels like inside of me. Obviously helped hugely by my yoga teachers, Mark and Abigail, and by the yoga teacher training that I'm doing. So it's not like this has just happened of its own accord. I'm doing a yoga teacher training, which is massively helping me. But ultimately, I'm the one who has to do the practice. I'm the one who has to go and be in my body on a daily basis. And finding that this yoga practice, whereas before, when I had kind of like an exercise practice, it was always something to do on a to-do list, go to the yoga class or go to the gym or go do whatever. It was kind of an imposition that I placed on myself. Now my body practice is very much a moment-to-moment, day-by-day practice. It's a practice of lying on the ground, rolling on the floor, noticing what feels good, and noticing how much pain will I tolerate in my body. It might be that my mind is painful, it might be that I'm feeling sad or upset or frustrated, or it might be that I kind of don't really know what I'm feeling. I'm just feeling that urge, that compulsion to eat something. And then maybe I do eat something, and in the process of eating that food, I hurt myself. Maybe it's a food that's stimulating or toxic or processed that doesn't make my body feel good. Maybe the quantity of food that I've eaten doesn't make my body feel good. And noticing how that cycle of mental pain and physical pain can be undone through my conscious attention, and it can be undone through the simple act of lying on the floor, breathing, resting, and making space, and being with the pain that I've created in my own body, and being with the peace and the joy and the space that I also create in my own body through just resting, rolling, breathing, noticing. It's a really powerful, easy, comfortable practice that I feel that I've developed for myself alongside the training that I'm doing. And it requires no discipline whatsoever. It just happens. It happens because my body calls to me, and my body calls to me and speaks to me in ways that become clearer and clearer. And as I become more sensitive to the messages of my body. So whereas before I might have taken a big headache or, a huge tension in the shoulder for me to wake up to that feeling, now I might have a little flicker, a flicker of tension, a flicker of, of kind of discomfort that I can say, oh, that's not quite right. What am I doing wrong here? Well, not that I'm doing anything wrong, but what am I doing that's not really helpful here? Can I do it differently? Can I move in a different way? Can I sit, walk, stand, breathe in a way that ultimately brings me comfort, that leaves me mostly pain-free? And I'm the only one who can really know that. Obviously, I get pointers and support from body workers, but ultimately, I'm the one who feels the sensations in my body. So I'm the one who knows when I've had a moment of release or a moment of ease and comfort. I'm the one who knows what a comfortable body feels like, or maybe a more comfortable body feels like. So my invitation to you would be to find ways to stand and sit and lie and move that feel comfortable to you, and listen to the messages of your body. And the body doesn't speak in words, the body speaks in sensations. So notice the sensations in your body. And if they're pleasant and comfortable, woohoo, enjoy that, feel that bliss in your body. And if they're uncomfortable and painful, then ask your body, how can I make this better for you? If you feel a tension and a tightness in the belly, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit on top of that? Don't do that. I think one of the best things you can do for digestion is to lie down. If you think about your belly and your digestion, if you can, under your trousers, I'm sitting here, my trousers are undone, because that feels more comfortable. So, that's a really classic one. Take your bra off, undo your trousers. How could you digest if you've literally got like something around your midsection? I see that so often, people literally cutting their organs in half, restricting the movement, and think about how is this fluid space going to move and work comfortably if it's squeezed in the middle by a belt or trousers or whatever. No, don't do that. So really simple things. It's not rocket science, what I need thing. This is what I find quite amazing, is despite how many years it's taken me to get here, now that I am here, the stuff that I do seems so simple. It's like, if you're uncomfortable, make yourself comfortable. If your body is screaming at you, ouch, then see what it is that you can do to give it a nicer, lighter, more comfortable experience. And I can guarantee that your body will not be, your mind might be screaming for food and an eating experience to take you away from some mental pain that's going on. But your body, the felt sense of your body won't be screaming for that. The felt sense of your body will be screaming for rest, possibly, hydration, movement, fresh air, warmth, softness, soft clothes, soft sort of cozy clothes, hot water bottle, soup, liquids. That's what my body generally is calling for. And when I give my body what it's asking for, I get to feel that benefit because my body goes, ah, thank you. And then I get to feel good. And who doesn't want to feel good? Who doesn't want to feel good in their body? You know, who doesn't want to feel good in their body? I don't know. I want to feel good in my body. It's really horrible when I don't feel good in my body. So find ways to make your body feel good on the inside. And that can be as simple as resting, rolling on the floor, enjoying the fluidity in your spine, enjoying the soft space in your belly, music, candles, warmth. Make it special, make it beautiful for you, because your body deserves that. So much love to all, and hope that you're feeling well in your body today. And even if you're not feeling well in your body, I hope that you can find a practice that will bring you closer to a more comfortable experience of being in your body. So, much love.